This year, we honor 6 UMass alumni who, throughout different career stages, have made deep impacts in their pursuit of excellence. Our flagship's finest, they've translated their UMass Amherst education into achievements embodying the revolutionary spirit that is the essence of UMass.
If you surround yourself with really excellent people, you yourself benefit in being able to accomplish lots of incredible things. So that at Peloton, for example, we were able to really help people in their physical fitness, mental health kind of journeys, and also build a really well-known global brand.
When I think of successful business people, you think of like cutthroat and a little bit arrogant or, pushy. Hisao is just none of those things, and he's very successful. I love that, and I love that as an inspiration.
One of the things that I learned at UMass was to really buckle down and sort of learn my way into being academically successful. But the most important thing at UMass was I met the love of my life. Who you meet and who you choose to spend your life with is the most important decision you'll make for your life's happiness and your career and everything else.
While I was at UMass Amherst, I really learned about the shoulders that I stood on, and I got a sense of pride. Being exposed to that opened my eyes in different ways about the struggles that we have and the kind of leader who I can be to come back to my community and to help everyone along.
She wanted to make a difference in this world, and she has done that for all of us.
Looking back at my 17-year-old self, how she was able to overcome and become someone who works in civil rights and help others, it's been an amazing journey.
Throughout the years, she's gone up, and now she's the commissioner of the Commission Against Discrimination. She's a trailblazer. She's opened the doors for others.
I applied to a couple of universities, but what made me decide to go to UMass was the interaction that I had with Dr. Catherine Reeves.
We really focus on supporting our students and mentoring our students, and I think that support that she got at UMass was so important.
I focus my current research on minority populations. With breast cancer, some of the risk prediction models do not perform as well for Hispanic or even African American populations. So being able to improve those tools will ultimately help improve the health of generations to come.
Mary is so deserving of the Revolutionary Spirit Award. She really just, I think, brings such a passion for her work and also an innovative and new way of looking at cancer prevention that really, to me, embodies that revolutionary spirit.
We weren't just students at the university, but we were students that were part of a wider community, both in Western Massachusetts, the Pioneer Valley, but also part of a community of the entire wider world.
She was very interested in politics and in running for office, and she was just an outstanding student, and we became friends.
I did. I went over her house for tea, and it started a 20-year-long friendship with her, discussing women in politics, the challenges of gender equality, the challenges of politics in general, and how to navigate a political system in order to make change.
And I guess for both of us, it shows we benefited from a University of Massachusetts education.
My favorite part of my current job is having the opportunity to meet with tremendous women leaders who are doing difficult work, often in difficult situations, and being able to support them in that long march towards gender equality and human rights.
Ken and I grew up in Brockton, Mass. I knew early on that he was special. I mean, what would take me a semester to learn, he did it in a day. And as he got near the end of his college career, undergrad, he really began to blossom.
I evolved, I matured at the university. I became a real student at the university. One of the great benefits of a large institution and a public institution was the exposure you get to so many different types of people. I mean, I found that diversity so refreshing, so overwhelming, such a learning experience. That's why UMass had such a profound impact on me, among other reasons.
Today, he's world renowned for his specialty in mediation. He's had some of the biggest cases in the history of law, but throughout all his doings, his passion for his fellow man was the number one goal, to see if he could resolve something in the best interest of those victims of tragedies.
My whole career and the success that I've had can be traced back to family, back to Brockton, but especially the university.
When I first walked onto campus for band camp my freshman year, I was greeted with people who would be my lifelong friends and who I still keep in contact with. Those connections that you build, things that make you you that happen at UMass, are just things you'll carry with you forever, and that's the best part. I would never choose a different college, a different academic career path, or any different experiences than what I had at UMass. That's exactly where I needed to be and exactly what made me who I am today.
My best work, all the years at UMass, all my teaching was coordinating what was called the Emerging Scholars Program for the Honors College. This was specifically for underserved students. Michael was in that program. And we were able to guide these students. And the best part of that is they belong to the entire community. So we had support in all the different departments and all the colleges. There's a commitment to that kind of service for our students. For all of our students, but we know there are students who also need the extra push.
I remember one day I was sitting in one of my mentor's offices, Professor Alexandrina Deschamps. She said, "So what is it you want to do? Public service is great, and wanting to go back and make a difference is great, but what exactly do you want to do? You have a lot of ideas, but how do you plan on implementing them?" So I started talking about, well, I've got this internship here, and I learned this, and I really like this. And she goes, "Do you ever see yourself just doing the job?" And I was like, I hadn't thought about it before, but that would be really neat. And I ended up taking that path, and that's exactly what I did. So just from that one conversation with Professor Deschamps really set my whole life on the track that I'm on.
As we celebrate the accomplishments of our alumni, we recognize that their ongoing support of the university helps provide opportunities for current and future students. Together, we are forging a bright future for UMass.
I had such a great experience that anybody who tells me that they're applying there or they're even considering UMass, I am like a cheerleader, like, yes.
Nobody achieves any kind of success alone. One of the things that my wife and I have been grateful to be able to do is to look back and specifically to support Opportunity Scholars, which is a program to help first-gen low-income students into college and give them support while they're at college. But I think if every alumni did a little bit, it would be really meaningful.
UMass gave so much to us when we were students. And the university is dynamic because of the broad community that surrounds the university. And so we need to be able to stay in touch and give back.
In my work as a mentor for the Women into Leadership program, I have always worked to develop internship opportunities for students. I think it's really important for those that are further down the road in our careers to do that. Most of my friends who are UMass alum, they feel the same way, and I have recruited quite a few to open their doors and their workspace to UMass students.
I'm always proud to be a UMass alum. It's a community that made me who I am today, so it's almost an obligation that if I got that from them, why wouldn't I give back so that someone else can have that same experience?
We owe it to the university to support it and to have it grow and evolve. I go back to this communitarian ethic, the idea that a public university helped make my career and helped mold my character and my personality. And I have an obligation to give back to the community.